Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth episode of All About Tennis podcast, an initiative of Unified Tennis Philippines. And today is a very special day as we have two guests for the first time in this podcast. We have here a former Davis Cup coach for 4 years. He is a LaSalle coach since 1999 and an ITF Level 3 coach since 2011. Let's all welcome Roland Kraut. Hi, Roland, and welcome to All About Tennis podcast.
Hello sa lahat ng nanonood.
And our second guest is he's a former Davis Cup captain for 2 years, former Fed Cup captain for 3 years, and UST coach since 2001 and 2011, and National University coach since 2011 up to this time. He is also an ITF Level 2 coach since 2010. Let's all welcome Karl Santamaria. Hi, Karl. Welcome to All About Tennis podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us, me and Roland. We're excited to discuss a lot of tennis things with you.
Yes, and first of all, thank you so much for guesting here. And it can hopefully also help entertain our tennis community in the Philippines, considering that everyone is at home. At least they get some information about tennis, and we can also talk about what you are doing lately during this COVID-19 pandemic. My first question is, how did you get into coaching, guys?
Roland first?
Maybe?
Nauna siya sa akin.
Coach. Nauna na yung mas may edad. Okay. Ako, yung sa akin was hindi naman siya, hindi ko pa pinag-iisipan yon habang naglalaro ako, di ba? Siyempre, when we were playing, gusto natin maging Davis Cup, whatever. Ang nangyari sa akin is more or less parang yan, hindi siya planned. So, at that time, I was playing for LaSalle. Tapos yung coach namin, si Coach Nilo Natividad, he was the one who gave me the opportunity kasi aalis na siya. So, yun, nirecommend niya ako, since I was a team captain that time, to be the head coach of LaSalle. Sabi ko, sige, game. So, yun, kaya nga I was still a fresh graduate, 20 years old nung yun, sa LaSalle, 1998. And then the following year, yun, officially I became the head coach. So yun, that's how it started.
Okay. How about you, Karl? How did you get into coaching?
Well, one part, I think you could say it's in my genes. My grandfather was a volleyball national coach in the, I think, 60s yata, 50s or 60s. And then my dad was the women's volleyball coach national team din noong 80s. And so I think on my mom's side, my grandfather was a national baseball player din. So I think nandun yung genes ng sports talaga. But for tennis, actually it started while I was still in college. It was more of a parang need. Kasi nung pag-summers, wala ako allowance eh. So, nagtanong ako sa coaches ko noon kung pwedeng mag-sideline sa mga summer camp nila. So, I think at that time, si Marty Ilaga nang kumuha sa akin. But sa camp ni Roland sa Green Hills, I think I was in second year college. So nag-start ako, summer job lang. And then it didn't really feel like work for me. I was enjoying it. And then parang si Roland din, when I graduated, ironic din si Nilo yung coach namin doon nung sa UST naman. I think lumipat siya sa UST nung time na yon.
Medyo naguluhan nga ako kasi sabi ko si Nilo coach din ng UST. Ngayon ko lang din naalala na si Nilo pala ay naging coach din ng LaSalle. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I think when he left UST, when he left LaSalle, he went to UST. Baka in-offer yata siya nung time no kasi alma mater niya yung UST. But at that time, when I graduated, ang nangyari was it was going to be the inaugural season ng women's tennis. So doon ako ni-recommend na Maninilo to handle the women's team ng UST. And then the following year naman, siya naman yung umalis sa UST. So yung UST naman said, kunin mo na rin yung men's team, ikaw na kasi maganda naman yung performance ng women's team namin. So after noon, ganun din, yung summer job ko noon na sa mga coaches ko naging parang mas regular na. And then I think until now it still doesn't feel like work for me. I really enjoy working.
Ako naman, hello. Ako naman yung I think the very first time that I saw you guys coaching was really in Valle Verde Country Club. I remember that because I think I was part of the tennis committee in Valle Verde Country Club who approved your coaching summer clinic. And
yes.
Can you tell us something about that? Kasi kayong dalawa, you were part of that group, di ba?
Yes, si Roland muna.
Yun. So, yeah. So bata pa kami noon. I mean, fresh graduates pa lang. So varsity volleys ang tawag sa grupo namin noon. So it started as a summer camp. Bali si Karl, ako, si Dennis Santa Cruz, tsaka si Randy De Guzman. So coaches kami ng UST, Ateneo and LaSalle that time. So yun yung parang namin, parang motive namin na we're coaches of top universities tapos we had this summer camp. Yeah.
Also at that time, sorry. At that time, ano na rin kayo no? Nagko-coach na rin kayo for the schools at that time.
Yes, correct.
Yes, coming up.
And okay, with Dennis Santa Cruz and Randy De Guzman.
Dennis Santa Cruz, Randy De Guzman, Karl, and myself.
Nice. How about you, Karl? What can you tell us about your experience during that time? That's one of the bigger summer camps then that I guess you guys started.
Yeah, nung time na yun, I think my fourth year na yata with kay Roland. And there was an opportunity nga in Valle Verde to do kasi I think si Popet yata used to do the camps there, and I think he left na yata for the US. So wala nang camp. So nag-usap-usap kami nila Roland, si Dennis and si Randy na why don't we take over? Kasi I think si Randy and Roland at that time nag-a-assist naman yata kay Popet.
Hindi, kami ni yun. Kami ni Richie Lozada.
Okay.
So, so may Nike camp si Popet the year before that. And then tama si Karl. And then the year after that, tayo yung gumawa.
Yeah. I think we saw that opportunity rin. And then si Popet also encouraged us to take over. So, nung nag-decide kami noon to do a camp, like Roland said, madami nating students doon. I think we had
okay nga yan.
Actually initially we planned was for kids lang muna, di ba? So yun yung morning session. And then the parents nagtanong, baka pwedeng merong parent session or adults I think we did it at night naman yata, di ba? Afternoon ba o gabi? Pabigla kami nagkaroon ng and then I think one big story that came that what happened on our first year, merong dumating na parent noon, may dala siyang 3 kids, mommy siya, so may dala siyang 3 kids, 2 girls and 1 boy, and then sabi niya, pwede ba kaming sumali, mag-sign up, ganyan. And then so hindi namin siya masyadong na-recognize, kilala, di ba? But when she wrote the name down do sa it was Cindy Patrimonio. Okay. And then enroll niya si Angelo. At that time, Angelo was like 11, 10 years old yata. Christine was 8 years old yata. 8 or mga 8 years old. Clarice was about 6 or 7. So, kasi nung time na yon, yung katabi ultra, dun pa yung PBA. And then nakita nila yung namin, yung signage sa labas, o yung streamer. So they decided, tara, sali tayo kasi nagko-computer daw yata sila ng tennis noon. And then ayun, and then dun sila nag-start. Pati si Cindy na pag-tennis namin noon. So among others na mga age groupers that eventually yun yung naging starting point nila.
So at least masasabi nyo talaga na the Patrimonio started with you guys, ano? I mean, di ko lang na-imagine na parang gano'n na pala kayo katanda, no? Kayong dalawa.
I think
di ba, ano na sila ngayon eh. Very, matured na. And,
yeah. I think may photo si Roland
course,
nung class niya nun with Clarice yata or Christine.
Pero Clarice ang nasagot kasi ako yung nag-handle. Siyempre, kaming coaches, nag-separate kami. No? Sila Karl and Dennis yata, yung mga medyo middle na age, which at the time, 10 years old. And then sa akin yung pinakabulinggit, sa akin yung youngest. Ayan. So, nandiyan si Clarice yung
Clarice yung naka-red na cap.
So si Clarice yung naka-red na cap. Natatandaan niyo ba sino yung kasama nila dito? Ibang
etong nasa kaliwa. Itong sa kaliwa, si Patrick, na gano'n yan. Ito si Ethan, and then ito si, forgot the name ng pinakamaliit.
Anton.
Pero,
si Anton.
Si Anton, no? Pero itong si Patrick, na gano'n pa yan. Nagtuloy yan, even when he was sa college pa nga yan sa Lasal. So, ano lang, parang for fun in tennis niya.
Ang aga mag-recruit ni Roland.
Itong si Clarice talaga, naalala ko that time, sobrang intense niya. Yan lang. Hindi ngumingiti yan. Talagang intense. Sabi ko, I really remember, sinabi ko kila Karl, kila Dennis, sabi ko, iba tong ano na to, bata na to, medyo galit. Inaaway ako. Inaaway ako, kinukontra sa mga drill. Tapos talagang gustong gawin yung mga drill.
Pag natatalo sa game, umiiyak.
Wow. How about si Christine naman? How would you compare them at that time? There's a lot of comparison, di ba, sa kanilang dalawa ngayon na they're both they became eventually national team members, and pero ano naman mako-compare nyo at that time when they were younger?
Yung personality talaga was yung ganun na talaga eh. Si Christine was a little more outgoing, mas siguro yung hindi kasing intense ni Clarice, but we could tell already that the competitive fire was there with both of them, especially si Clarice. Even that early on, yun lang naaalala namin noon. Si Christine mas mellow ng konti, but si Clarice was really yun nga sabi ni Roland, yung intensity talaga nandoon early on.
Actually yung personality nila ngayon sa tennis court, yun talaga yung personality nila. Syempre at a lower level ng time yan. Si yung intense, si Christine is very calm and yun. Ganon na ganon. Hindi nagbago.
Pero, Roland, meron ka pa bang natatandaan na one more player na coming from all of those camps that you did, mga summer camps na ginawa nyo? Ilang taon nyo ba ginawa yung summer camps? Tsaka, sino yung mga player na natatandaan mo pa that came out from that camp?
Continuation. I started at summer and then as Karl said kanina, yung mga adults and older ones nag-continue nung after school. So naalala ko nga yung tito ni Alex, si JR Maniego. Yeah. Nag-lefty yun eh. So and then he turned out to play for UP varsity team that time. Yun,
wow, so isa rin sa mga players. So I mean, that's how important this yung mga ginagawa yung programs na ganito, because eventually si JR Maniego became UP varsity.
Yes.
And we all know that the coach of Alex Ayala for the longest time, Alex and Miko Ayala, one of our top junior players now, not only in the Philippines but in the world. is their coach then was the dad of J.R. Maniego, who is Bob Maniego, who passed away already. But yeah, we call him Lolo Bob. And nakita ko nga yung photos kanina, di ba? Yung varsity volleys na camps nyo was held in Valle Verde Country Club. And dyan din ang galing si Alex and Miko Ayala. So, I mean, for all you know, part talaga naging malaki yung naging influence nyo rin. Minsan hindi natin naiisip pero ganun ka-importante yung mga grassroots program na mga summer camps na ginagawa nyo. And not only sa inyo, pati yung sa mga other clubs na minsan dun din kayo nanggaling, di ba? Nag-summer camps din kayo when you were younger. This time, I would like to ask naman yung, as UAAP coach, ano naman yung mga naging results nyo, ano yung the success, what's happening with UAAP? Roland.
UAAP yun. So kami ni Carl, we had that same din eh. Pareho yung coaching career namin eh. Started
trajectory.
Trajectory going up or going down. basta I mean, pareho yung pinagdaanan namin. Kasi nga, magkakaedad kami. Halos, I'm 2 years older. And then yun. So, UAP, sabay kami, di ba? And di ba, of course, to date, hanggang ngayon, si Carl talaga yung pinaka-successful na university coach sa Philippines because of his record. So, di ba? So, that's no question. And siguro ako, far second talaga. Pero, that was, kaming dalawa yung parang, there was this, eto naalala ko, 10 years yan na, 10 or something years na lumalaban kami kay Carl. Kasi Carl, yung teams niya, continuous yan eh. Pero there was a time na, siyempre una Ateneo, ganyan, Ateneo and UST, kung nasan si Carl, UST and UP. And then, yung UST Lasal na yan, that was about 10 years talaga. Na sila champion. And then next year kami. Sila, kami. Ganyan talaga. Literal ganyan, salitan until the time na yung Lasal medyo nagpahinga ng konti. So, yun. So, yeah. So, yun yung, there was a time, I think 2000, I don't know, mid 2000s to mid 2010s, yung ganyan. So, yun. And I enjoyed it very much.
How about you, Carl? What can you say about your UAAP experience as a coach?
Yeah, to follow up what Roland said kanina nga, yung UST and Lasal rivalry. Ano yun? Men's and women's yun. I think from 2002 yata when it started. 2002 until I finished my career sa UST 2011. It was always UST Lasal. There was only 1 year na hindi kami nag-finals, yung 2006. I think that was the year na na-suspend yung buong Lasal. But the rest, it was always UST Lasal.
Yes.
I think there was 1 year sa women's na naging Ateneo Lasal. I think nung mid 2000s.
Sarina.
Yeah, when Sarina Arevalo played for Ateneo. But the rest, you could really say na parang kumbaga Lakers Celtics kami nung mga 80s.
Kaming Lakers ha, kayo yung Celtics.
Green kayo, Celtics kayo.
Oo nga.
Pero I just wanna dig a little bit kasi di ba yun, UAAP coaches kayo. Pero we all know that both of you also started as mga UAAP players, tama ba? So product din kayo. I mean, you became mga national players and but product din kayo ng UAAP program of developing tennis in the Philippines. So Roland, you played for Lasal, right?
Yes, for 3 years. Yeah.
For 3 years. And how about you, Karl? You played for, as I know,
UST,
you played for UST. Yeah. And
UST. Pero hindi na tayo nag-abot, ano? Hindi na.
Ay, si Randy.
Oh. By the way, ano rin ako I'm a proud
Lasal.
product also of UAAP.
Ay!
Of UAAP I'm from UST, proudly from UST. And champion din kami.
Multiple-time champion.
Multiple-time champion kami. My teammates then was Michael Misa, Dennis Santa Cruz, Arius Alcaraz, Jack Peñalosa. At that time naman, yung nag-champion kami.
Elementary pa yata ako nun eh.
Grabe naman yun.
High school.
Pero at that time, yung nag-champion kami, yung coach namin si Marty Ilagan. And mga nakalaban namin noon was Lasal with, yung Lasal nakalaban namin. Yan, si Julius Kraut, yung kapatid ni Roland. Then
John Ray Chanco.
Si John Ray Chanco, mayor. Eventually, naging mayor ng Navotas and now congressman of Navotas. And Gijo Hugo, who's an executive now of, before of Ayala Land.
Yeah.
And now, I think, Shangri-La Properties. And
Makaraeg Brothers.
Juancho Makaraeg. Yeah, Juancho Makaraeg.
Yeah, Juancho
That's for Lasal, yung isang finals namin. I think that was 1993. 1994 naman, nakalaban namin noon was Ateneo. The players there was si Derek Santos, I think Romel Roque. Nakalimutan ko na yung ibang teammate ni Derek, but sila yung nakalaban namin sa isang finals din noon. If I'm not mistaken, either 93 or 94.
Tapos ano nangyari? Ano nangyari? Sino nakalaban mo?
Ako? Nakalaban ko. Hindi, mga nakalaban ko noon ang isang unforgettable moment sa akin as sa UAAP was my deciding match then versus John Ray Chanco. And it was held in I think sa sweepstakes tennis court
PCSO.
PCSO.
Near Adamson yun, ano?
Yeah, near Adamson. And I remember siguro parang merong 4 na PE class ng Lasal who watched that. And sa UST, parang mga ako lang and parents and coaches yung nanood. So talagang talo kami sa cheering. Pero, and we lost, deciding match and I lost the first set. But eventually, I was able to win the tie for UST then. So yun, I mean, malaking bagay din sa akin talaga yung experience ko as a UAAP player and yung development malaking tulong yung development na nagagawa ng UAAP, mga varsity nila, mga scholars for the development of tennis in the Philippines.
Yes.
So, Karl and Roland, what's your most memorable UAAP moment as a coach? For you, Roland.
Sige,
Ikaw muna, Karl. Sige.
Ako, madaming moments but siguro I think yung isang memorable talaga was the last season, UAAP season 81, because of the circumstances nga na yung team namin na NU was sort of in a rebuilding mode na from yung championship years namin. So, actually, no season 80, hindi kami nakasali because kinulang kami sa players nung time na yun because of the K-12. Nagkaroon ng gap ng 2 years. Walang gumagraduate sa high school. So, season 80, 81, I had to ask former Team B players to come back para lang makumpleto yung team namin. Yun, against all odds, nakapasok kami sa finals and then eventually nanalo yung team namin. So, I think last year talaga yung super hands-on talaga yung coaching ko kasi nga ang daming mga bagong players namin, mga inexperienced players. and walang experience sa mga crucial situations, ganun. So, I think that was very, very memorable for me as a coach.
How about you, Roland? What's your most memorable experience?
Memorable yun. Madami nga, di ba? Hindi tayo naubusan ng ganyan, memories, whether good or bad. Pero in the good one, siguro, if I can single out yung memorable or happy, di ba? Is when the first time we won na men and women na sabay. I think, kasi yung women's nga, Carl, di ba? Kailan nag-start official?
2001 yata.
Siguro we didn't win that first 2 or 3.
UST ang first 2 yata eh.
So, and then kami sa men, di ba? Nanalo kami isa or something. So, happy kami noon, syempre. And then, syempre, gusto mo yung next, ano pa yung next na pwede? Yung next na pwede is yung dalawa mag-champion. Yun yung goal ko sa kanila sa team, di ba? I didn't focus on one team, dalawa. Yun, nag-champion kami. I think, di ba, that was the first time. Di ba? Although we did it again. Pero yun yung, syempre, I guess that will be the most memorable sa akin.
Now, we all know no, na napakaraming nagiging varsity players now because of the UAAP program. Ngayon dumami na rin yung nagiging mga scholars nyo, di ba? Kasi during our time, 3 laban lang, ano? Singles, double singles, and at this time, ano na ba ang competition niya? It's 3 singles ba?
3 singles
double.
and 2 doubles.
2 doubles. So before, minimum during our time,
4.
Kailangan lang namin minimum 2, maximum 3. So between 3 to 4 lang. Yun ang maximum.
Pwede ba
so,
umulit
ngayon,
before? Pwede ba umulit ng...
hindi
yata, di ba?
Hindi. Pero there was a time minsan kahit na 2 lang kami, nag-singles lang kami ni Mike Misa pag absent yung iba. So mananalo pa rin kami. So minimum 2, pwede pa rin. Pwede pa rin kayong manalo. But
Tama.
Pero ngayon, ano bang minimum at saka ano ang maximum number of scholars na kinukuha nyo for your varsity?
So ngayon, I think, well, obviously, 7 players minimum to play. Kasi bawal umulit eh. If you, in every tie, you can only play once. So, and the allowable roster for the UAAP season is 10. So, I think most of the teams mina-maximize naman yung 10 players sa roster. So, it really gives a lot of maraming opportunity sa mga players compared to before.
And Roland, how many teams do you have now in UAAP? Ilan ba kayo nagko-compete ngayon?
7 men and 5 women.
Nice. So there's about 12 teams, ano? And
yes.
12 teams. So
times 10.
We can say times 10. We have about 100 plus scholars coming from UAAP tennis.
Yes.
And ako, I'm so impressed with this. And sana magtuloy-tuloy and hindi lang, sana lumaki palalo. Now, like, so you have about 120 scholars that the schools are picking. Paano ba kayo namimili? Paano kayo namimili ngayon?
Hindi yan kasi sa US, 'di ba, meron silang mga rules of the benefits na makukuha ng parang may cap, 'di ba? So dito wala. I mean, dito it's up to the school's program. So I don't know about other schools, pero kami not all the 10 players are scholars kasi nga we have a cap. So and not
full scholar, but
no. Not all 10 are scholars. Period.
Okay.
And then not all our scholars are full scholars.
Okay.
Diba? So meron kaming 25%, meron kaming 50%, meron kaming 100%. So because nga in our school, meron kaming syempre, hindi kami unlimited budget. So we have a budget, even yung dorm, allowance, ganyan. So it's up to us to manage.
Carl, how about
and that's up to not only tennis, not all the sports yun sa amin.
Carl, how about NU? Kamusta ang nyo? How many do you guys recruit? What
Well,
do you offer for
uh,
scholarship?
sa amin, sa NU naman, the scholarship is yung maximum roster ng UAAP. So, we have 10 scholarships available for the team. And then, they're given dorms and yung meals and then allowances, well, not everyone in the team, and then yun, ganun ang ano sa amin. Meron din cap sa amin, but medyo fortunate kami that yung mga nasa team, well, because maraming players na nire-recruit namin are cannot afford naman to really pay their way or take care of the expenses in college. And I think the owners of the school, the C family, yun talaga gusto nila, yun ang trust nila na makatulong sa mga players that otherwise cannot afford to get a college education. So sa ibang school ganun din. Alam ko sa ibang school iba-iba rin eh. May schools din na kahit sinong kunin nila may scholarship kahit more
naman
than
sa
that,
US
10.
Sa US din may mga iba-ibang programs depending on the school. Yung isa gusto ko itanong, we all know sa US in getting into schools, if you want to go for US college program for tennis, they use a lot of what we call the universal tennis ratings. Alam ko dito sa Pilipinas hindi pa siya ganun kalaki. But do you think eventually coaches from UAAP or other schools like in the NCAA also will consider looking at their ratings now that we have this program in the Philippines through the Unified Tennis Philippines as we submit results to UTR?
For me, I've been looking at UTR because also I'm working with junior players that want that's the goal nila, yung makapasok sa US colleges. So yung UTR talaga is it's a more accurate mas accurate way of telling your actual level.
So dito kahit papaano tinitingnan mo na rin yung UTR, Karl? Ng players?
Yes kasi sa mga rankings ng UTP ngayon is indicated na rin yung UTR rating nila, which is very helpful talaga. Although meron pa ring mga players na wala pa, 'di ba? Or haven't played enough, but I think pag the more na maglaro sila and gain their UTR rating, I think soon enough halos lahat ng players, or if not all our players, will have a true UTR ratings na talaga.
How about you, Roland? Ano nakikita mo sa future ng pagpipick nyo ng players? Magiging key na ba talaga itong paggamit din ng UTR?
Siyempre, I mean, that's ano yan eh. Yan, may comparison ka talaga kasi kami, parang referral pa lang kami. Referral ng mga dati namin players. Ito, tas literal na tanong namin, kumpara kay ganito, anong level niya? Kumpara kay ganyan. Hindi, ganyan talaga. Kasi, hindi naman pwedeng yung kung ano man yung national ranking. Kasi, di ba alam nga natin, sabi nga ni Karl, di ba pwede mong laruin yung pataas yan. Alam na namin yun. So, pero mas, ewan ko sa ibang coach, ako mas, ko dun sa, kunwari, sabi ko yung coach, anong level niya kumpara dito kay ganito? Para meron akong basihan. Kasi nga, wala kami makitang
ibang
instrument.
basis.
Instrument na basis nung level ng tao. Pero pag may UTR nga, which is sabi nga ni Karl, nako-compare yung yung level nung kabila, tsaka yung level mo, tapos yung score yung dalawa, whether it's lampaso or dikit. Kaya nagiging 10.92 kaysa sa 10.91, mas magaling talaga yung 0.92 to the point talaga. So, and then
So
in
at
the
least,
future,
go ahead,
sorry, in the future, magkakaroon na like the US. Hindi ka makakapasok sa NCAA or UAAP dito sa Pinas. Pagka more or less 9 point medyo doon ka na sa lower part ng team. Parang gano'n kasi makikita na nila yung average ng mga teams.
So lalo na nagiging importante siya dahil yung mga, at least yung mga player ngayon sa probinsya, pag naglaro lang sila ng mga tournaments na may UTR, at least magiging bearing yung mga tournaments na yun sa mga coaches sa Manila na katulad nyo, na kahit na hindi nyo sila nakikita, meron kayong basis kung paano sila kagaling. So,
Yes.
Maganda malaman yun ng mga players sa probinsya na this is already a basis coming from two coaches in the UAAP, two top coaches in the UAAP. That's really good to know. And it's also encouraging for us in Unified Tennis Philippines. Guys, both of you are, we all know yung success nyo sa UAAP. I would say yan ang nagdala sa inyo na magiging captain sa Davis Cup. So, as a Davis Cup captain naman at this time, ano yung mga most unforgettable moments nyo? Roland.
Totoo yung sinabi mo, connected yung pagiging coach namin sa university sa, well, ako personally, literally, na-recruit ako during a UAAP match in Rizal Racket. So, kwento ko lang, ngayon ko lang naisip. Nung yun, UAAP yun sa Rizal Racket, Karl, di ba? So, Rizal Racket, di ba may office sila doon na maliit. Tinawag talaga ako ni Johnny, ni Tito Johnny doon sa loob. Roland, naliga rito. Ganun, naliga rito. De, pasok naman ako. Yun, that's when he said, why don't you try? Kasi close kami noon eh. Tito Johnny is the classmate of my dad in Lasal. Tapos yun, that's the only time he literally told me to go inside. Hindi naman office ng Federation, but that's an office there. And then, yun, sabi niya, why don't you consider, coaching the national team, ganyan. That's when it started. Obviously, nag-start ako sa juniors, ganyan, and whatever to help. And then, eventually yun. Siyempre, nakatulong yung pagiging university coach ko kasi team di ba, Carl? It's a team. You're handling top-level players. And although Davis Cup was pinaka-top. So, at least na-warm up na ako dito sa UAAP. Pressure from the school. Lalo sa Lasal, di ba? Daming ano dyan. So, medyo nasan. Although everything was times 10 pagdating sa Davis Cup. And ngayon, if you ask me, yung pinaka-memorable, as usual, madami namang good good experiences and memorable experiences. Siguro ang nakaka-stand out siguro if it's a particular tie, yung tie namin against Thailand. So ang ganda ng atmosphere, it's in Plantation Bay, Cebu, 'di ba? Semifinals of the Group 2, 'di ba? Kating-kati kami mag-Group 1, so semifinals na medyo pa konti-konti na. Kaya lang andun si Udom Chok. At that time he was top 100, 100 plus, I think. I don't know kung nag-top 100 siya after that or before that. Pero that time he was 100 plus. So yun. So and then syempre he won his first match. And then we ended up, actually, Ruben Gonzalez ended up beating him sa last day to clinch the tie. So yun yung siguro I would say memorable, even for my players that time.
Mm-hmm. I remember that match, and I watched that Thai Philippines versus Thailand, and it was held in Plantation Bay, Cebu, and ano talaga, napaka-inspiring ng performance ni Ruben Gonzalez at that time. It seems like he really plays well dun sa court dun sa Cebu. I've seen him play really well. Several Davis Cup held in Cebu. How about you, Karl? Tell us something about your Davis Cup experience as a captain.
Ako naman, I think one of the most memorable moments ko as a Davis Cup captain was actually the very, very first tie, very first match, na ako na yung in charge. I was the captain because the previous year actually, recall mo ni Randy, I was working with Roland already, but parang ang tawag doon na coach, pero ako yung assistant. Parang assistant niya ako doon sa tie against Sri Lanka. So although meron na akong kilala ko na yung players, I've worked with them, but the one with Kuwait in Valle Verde Country Club, it was my first time on the chair. And that very first match was Ruben Gonzalez also against si Al Garib of Kuwait. As we know, is one of the top players from the Middle East. And I think he played in the ATP level for some years. So magaling talaga. So it was really a huge match right on the very first time ako na to sit on the chair. And then we had a great first two sets. Panalo si Ruben nung first two sets. So actually it was my first time really also to be involved in a 5-setter. So yung 5 sets talaga is a whole different story from a regular best of 3. So kahit panalo ka na ng 2 sets, it's really far from over. So to cut the long story short, nakabalik si Garib. He won the third and the fourth set. Nag-joke ako sa kanya nung 4-1 eh. Sabi ko, Ruben, yeah, you got this, but pag hindi natin nakuha sa susunod, medyo tapos na yung laro. After nung 4-1, yun na, nag-show na ng obvious signs si Garib that he was getting tired and he was and then Ruben got it to 4-all. And then that's when Garib just stopped. He stopped. He couldn't move anymore. And then I think he couldn't get up on the yung nag 5-4 na ni Ruben. And so that was a memorable, very memorable match for me. 4+ hours in a match. So I think may photo rin may photo rin akong nabigay sa iyo diyan na with Ruben on that So
we'll
that was
definitely share that also.
That was one of the more memorable moments for me for sa Davis Cup.
So both of you, parehong si Ruben.
Pala si Ruben. Tinan mo, pareho siya.
Nandoon naman ako. I mean lahat ng Davis Cup na pinag-usapan nyo, alam nyo naman ako number 1 fan na nanonood dyan. And napanood ko yun. And yung mga laban kasi ni Ruben, napaka-close ng mga laban. Saka alam naman natin, yung style ni Ruben, he likes to grind, talagang he's always in a good shape and talagang medyo patagalan ng mga laban niya. So siguro talking about that, I would like to share this. You can comment on this and tell us something what happened. This is Davis Cup tie in Plantation Bay. Ruben versus sino kalaban nito, Roland?
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham.
Ano na yan? Mga 12 midnight na yan. So yun. This was the 4th tie, 'di ba? First singles match nung last day. Ayan. So it's the 5th, going to the 5th. So down tayo 2-1 nun. Then yan. As I said, almost midnight na yan.
Almost midnight na. So during that time, Roland, naka-comeback si Ruben and papasok na sa 5th set. Very dramatic tong part na to eh. And ano yung sinabi mo kay Ruben bago mag-umpisa yung 5th set?
Yung 5th set. So down kami nun. First of all, down kami ng 1-2. So for the win na si Statham nun, one more set. Alam naman ni Carl na, si Ruben nga, very confident yan lagi. I got this. So, ako naman, nasanay na ako sa kanya na we've been working together for 2 years na nagkaka-cramps yan. After first set, nagkaka-cramps talaga yan. And then, ako naman nung una, taranta ako. First set, grabe na cramps. Pero yung pala, ganyan siya talaga. I mean, of course, obviously, nervous siya. Ako naman, taga-kalma lang talaga ako pag nakaupo. Except dyan, ha? Except dyan. Medyo kalmado lang ako pagka ano. Pero I know pag siya naman yung bumaba, yung siya naman, halos pagod na pagod na. When he's energetic, ako yung kalmado. When he's kalmado na, nauubusan na, ako naman yung kailangan mag super energy, kaya tatalon-talon na ako ng time na yan. So I had to parang help him that way. Diba? Yung show him some, diba? Show him some energy that time. So yun. Yun nangyari siya ng time na yan.
What was the feeling? Yung, tell us something about that. Yung eventually nanalo na, all na.
Yes. No time to celebrate. No time to celebrate. Kasi kailangan ko na magbigay ng pangalan sa fifth match. Pero grabe. It was really draining. The energy was yung energy ng crowd was very involved. Literally involved. Alam mo yun, Randy. Literally involved talaga yung crowd na muntik ng, di ba? Alam naman natin lahat eh. Di ba? All because of all the tension of New Zealand team. Di rin naman sila masyadong humble, di ba? Siyempre, medyo yabang din yan eh. Yabang din tayo, di ba? So, yun. Yan, sila John Henry sa likod, sila Richie, si Randy nandyan.
Shout out to Richie Losada.
Lahat.
Sila James Wilkinson.
Lahat.
Sina Paco Sandejas, they were all there. Christine Jacobs, Sandejas. And but that's why we're showing this, because a lot of good memories there hosting the Davis Cup dyan sa Plantation Bay. And I think this is one of the most unforgettable ties for me. This tie versus New Zealand.
Yeah, sa akin din, unforgettable. Usually we have unforgettable na panalo, di ba? This tie is very unforgettable for me. Kahit natalo, di ba? I mean, it showed yung pagka, di ba? We stand up for our country. Diba? Tapos, ating gabi, literally, natapos yan mga 2 o'clock. Kasi, and it's the finals of grade 2. Iniisip ko na talaga, honestly, that time, the 5th match, iniisip ko na, next year, kalaban na natin China, India, Australia. Iniisip ko na, I was medyo premature, pero ganun ako confident that time. And, hindi pwedeng matalo kasi yung comeback ni Ruben, coming from 0-2 tayo nun eh. So, doubles, we won. Ruben was a set down against Jason Statham, sobrang ranking. Talagang atin to. Yeah, I was really that confident and that positive that time.
I think si Tret on the 5th match was 2 sets up na already, di ba?
Huwag mo nang paalala.
Okay na yun.
Yung
ang ganda na eh.
That close. We were that close talaga.
That's yung sinasabi mo na yun. That's the time na I was thinking na kasi threat nakuha niya yung pinasok ko lang siya that time. And then ang kalaban niya si matangkad, si
Venus? No.
Michael Venus.
Yeah.
And talagang up tayo ng ng 2 sets to love at dadapa-dapa talaga si Venus. Talagang dadapa-dapa talaga sa mga creativity ni Threat. But, di ba, in the end, yun. I don't know, nakalimutan ko na kung ano nangyari that time.
Ako rin. Pero
not to follow up to give but to follow up while Randy is gonna about Ruben, like you've been saying, pag Davis Cup ang galing niya. I think it's really yung style of play niya eh. Kasi sa US, I was looking at his record nung college niya, and he had a nickname in college eh, na magaling siya pagka team event eh. So, meron talagang players built for team events. Kahit yung ranking nila is hindi they can beat top guys. Meron din guys na highly ranked but don't do really well pag team event because the atmosphere and the pressure is different talaga pagka team event yung laro. You're not only playing for yourself, You're carrying the hopes of the whole team, Davis Cup for the whole country. So I think Ruben really thrives on that pressure situation. So I think kaya masarap siyang ilaro sa Davis Cup eh.
Siguro yung dahil si experience na rin in playing a lot of team competition in the NCAA in the States. Malaking bagay yun. We all know that. I want to share here a photo and maybe Karl can say something about this time. Again, it's Ruben playing and tell us something about this photo, Karl.
Yeah, that was well, naman yung caption nung Ruben Gonzalez nearly blew a two-set lead in the opening singles. Yan yung time na I think that was late in the match already, and Dad was icing his legs already. So si Ruben naman will never admit that he's tired. Pero I could see na he was really na rin. Plus yung frustration na rin of losing the third and the fourth set. And then parang meron point kasi na yung parang wala ka ng answer dun sa laro nung kalaban. And like I said, Garib was leading 4-1 in the fifth set. So it's not that we weren't doing anything wrong, but Garib was just playing so well. Yung serve niya, hindi matouch ni Ruben yung serve niya. He was playing really well. And I think yung sabi ko nga lang, I was just kept telling Ruben here na let's just make him play more balls, just make him play another ball. Yun na lang eh. Para kumbaga parang sana maubos na lang yung laro ni Garib because he was kumbaga on fire na nung second, third and nung third, fourth and start of the fifth set.
And going back to yung those Davis Cup games as I remember, kayong dalawa na experience nyo rin yung tandem ni Nino Alcantara at saka ni Ruben Gonzalez, ni Tret Yui, tama ba? Both of you?
Yes.
As a coach of the Davis Cup.
Yes.
Yes. So, and we all know talagang ito talaga yung dalawang magaling na double specialist natin. How does it help as a captain knowing that you have Tret Yui and Nino Alcantara playing the important doubles match in the Davis Cup tie? Roland.
Yeah, sa amin, saan ba sila naglaro? A lot naman. So,
Thailand, New Zealand, di ba?
Thailand, New Zealand, and even after that. Okay din. Kasi unang-una, syempre, yung dating ni Tret, di ba? Pag nakita ng kalaban yan, kilala siya. So, they're very, they really watch out, for him. And actually, madami nga natin choices eh. Nino's excellent, Tret's excellent, Ruben's excellent, Johnny Arcilla is excellent, di ba? Yun ang maganda sa natin eh.
Even Patrombon, di ba?
Jeso, no? So, yun nga yung maganda eh. Actually, ang doubles natin ang kinakatakutan. So, up to the captain lang to, di ba? Siyempre, hindi mo pamimigay yung doubles mo. That's your priority. Di ba? And, di ba, take advantage of that. Tapos, work with that confidence na, it could, di ba, pwedeng umapaw siya to the singles. So, it was very exciting. People were looking forward to that. Kasi nga, it was really fun to watch. Energetic. As I said, may experience din si Nino sa US, di ba? Hindi rin nagkulang ang confidence nun. So, same thing with Tret din. So, it was really fun to watch.
Guys, about Karl, sorry, forgot to ask you about having Nino and Tret Yui as yeah.
Well, for me, I think it's a combination of the playing ability nila. Alam din, very talented those players talaga sila. But for me, yung chemistry nila yung chemistry tayo, tennis players tayo, alam natin yun. Meron kang good friends sa labas, you're the best of friends. Pero pag sa court, hindi talaga mag-match yung laro nyo. Meron naman na bago mo lang nakilala or hindi mo naman talaga kasundo na ano. Pero yung games nyo are really mesh well together. Tapos yung personality pa nila, si Tret is very, very calm, very quiet. Parang quiet, na quiet assassin siya sa court, diba? Si Nino is the more flamboyant one, yung very, yung parang showman, yung talaga he really thrives on the crowd and ano. So I think it's a combination of those two that makes them such a great team.
Okay. Thank you about that, Karl. And now I want to ask about, I know you guys have a program called the Tennis Serves Fundraiser.
Yes.
Can you tell us something about this? As I understand, this is part of helping for this COVID crisis, pandemic, and it involves the UAAP schools. Karl, tell us something about it.
Well, early on nung nagkaroon na ng yung quarantine period na hindi na tayo nakakalabas. I think I had a chat with Roland na parang, uy, paano tayong makakatulong dito? Kumbaga, alam naman natin yung mga tennis coaches ngayon in the tennis community, shutdown talaga tayo, we can't even play. So nag-iisip kami ng ways noon of how to help out. Ayun, nag-start. We asked Commissioner Andy Maglipon for the list of the officials, game officials, umpires, linesmen, and then I think there's about 35 of them on the official list. And then kinontak namin yung tournament referee, si Emboy Terobias. So sabi namin, can you confirm this list? Wala pa kami sinasabi sa kanya. Siyempre, baka mag-iso, wala pa kaming nagagawa, di ba?
Mm.
So and then, so nag-isip ako paano tayo makakagawa ng way. So, sabi ko, why don't we make parang a video muna of all the players? So, doon na nag-evolve. Then sabi ko, okay ba kayo to do this fund drive, and then gamitin natin yung video natin to generate interest and parang as a launching point for the ano. So doon I let the players I involve the players na doon na nag-start yung ideas ng mga players. Gawa tayong Facebook page, gawa tayong ganito, gawa ng ganyan. So masaya kasi it gives all of us parang motivation.
Sino mga matutulungan itong Tennis Serves na fundraiser niyo?
Well, our primary beneficiaries namin will be the game officials ng UAAP. Well, because yun yung meron kaming kumbaga official list of who it will be. So, yun ang primary beneficiaries. Alam naman natin na malaking bagay sa kanila yung UAAP, and it's supposed to be at this time na ito yung parang pinaka source of income nila. Kasi yung UAAP League namin March, April, May dapat So, bigla silang nawala ng work, and I was asking them na yun nga, we'll try to do something for you guys.
Okay. And Karl, can you tell us on how people can donate to the Tennis Serves fundraiser?
Yes. They can visit or search sa Facebook. Madali lang. Type lang nila Tennis Serves. Tapos lalabas na yung page namin. First, they can either message Pag-send lang sila ng message, tapos yung mga very techy na players natin ngayon, gumawa sila ng mga automated response na kung paano makakapag-donate. Parang click yes, ganun lang kayo, may click lang kayo. Or tingnan nyo yung mga post doon sa Facebook. Meron din, message nyo lang yung page, meron doon, may PayPal account yung isa sa amin. So,
Sige. We will also
pwede rin
post
dun.
it here.
Yes,
We will
yes,
also
yes.
post it here. The where how they can donate and where they can go. This concludes our part 1 of episode 4. Watch out for the part 2 with Roland and Karl coming soon. All About Tennis podcast. Thank you for watching and listening.